Hello, everyone. This is Otaku Central, otherwise known as Alex, back once again with another podcast episode. Why a podcast? No idea. I could be writing blogs right now, but I'm choosing not to because I kind of want to do that one blog post a month sort of deal right now. Anyway, sorry for getting off topic. I really wanted to talk about something today. Today, I really wanted to talk about Chinese dramas. What in particular? I mean, to be fair, I haven't really been watching a lot of Korean dramas. Obviously, I am, staying up to date with what I've currently been watching. Like, for example, I've been watching When Life Gives You Tangerines, My Dearest Nemesis, Undercover High School, Buried Hearts, The Potato Lab, etc., etc. All that to be said, I've been watching a lot more Chinese dramas than I have Korean dramas. And it's really weird because I do really, really enjoy Korean dramas. I mean, I've probably discussed this many times already in many of my blog posts and other podcast episodes. But when we talk about storytelling, Korean storytelling generally is a lot more emotional, whereas the Chinese dramas have a little bit more of a comedic flair to them. Not to mention, a lot of the Chinese dramas, even though they follow like a set story, feel very random, and it's like, what the heck am I watching here? For example, like I'm watching this Chinese show called Miss Buyer, right? And for whatever reason, like the characters are like staring right into the camera and they're like talking to you, even though like it's almost like they're breaking the third wall. It's the third wall or the fourth wall. Whatever, sort of like that where Deadpool fucking turns to you and talks to you directly during the movie. Same sort of deal, but there's like no action. It's just like the characters in Miss Buyer are just talking to you directly, and like the voiceover that they're doing at the same time. It's like you can obviously tell when the actors have come back in to do voiceovers and stuff. But like the voice, I don't know what it is with Chinese dramas. It's like hit or miss. Sometimes they're exceptional. Exceptional acting. The voiceovers, great. OST, great. Plot, great. And then you find like these weird Chinese dramas where like they hit you with random storytelling, plot stories, stuff like that. Then they hit you with the shitty fucking voiceovers where it sounds like you obviously can tell that they've been in the fucking studio redoing all their lines. And for whatever reason, Miss Buyer feels like that. It feels like they walked in, or during edit, they decided, damn, the audio fucking sucks. Let's go back and redo all of it. And I've only seen like 3 episodes, but goddamn, like the voiceover is horrendous. Then you get to like other Chinese dramas like Rising with the Wind. What else? The White Olive Branch. Love Song in the Winter. Something just like this. And the voiceovers very minimal. You don't. It's all natural. It's so weird. Like there's like no scale because there are some exceptional short Chinese dramas, and then there are like bigger production ones that are just ass, and it's like there's like no in between them. Like for example, if you really want to compare apples to apples, there was the short Chinese dramas that I've really enjoyed at the moment have been Embrace in the Dark Night, False Face and True Feelings, Forever Love. I mean, to be fair, anything with Shen Fang Tong and Dai Gao Zhang, like those two, I know I'm pronouncing their names terribly. I'm Canadian. I can't pronounce Chinese names for shit. But when it comes to like short Chinese dramas, those two make exceptional dramas. Like the two actors there, Shin Feng Tong and Dai Gao Zhen, They're amazing. The chemistry is beautiful. And then you go to like these bigger production ones, and the fucking chemistry's ass, story's ass, and you have 45 minutes plus to tell a story, whereas these two short drama actors only got like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes max to tell a story, obviously over multiple episodes. But given, what they're asked to do in a short period of time, it's crazy. Like the difference in quality and stuff is unreal. There's one Chinese short drama that I enjoy watching a lot recently, and that's Had a Flash Marriage with My Arch Rival, because it makes no sense, but at the same time it makes sense, and it's short. Like it's only like, I don't know, like 10 minutes per episode. I mean, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. It's only like 2 hours. 2 hours of my time compared to like, I don't know, like Korean dramas, what, usually an hour per episode, and there's 16 episodes, so you say 16 hours worth of your time wasted. Whereas Korean or Chinese dramas, you can, especially because a lot of them are available on YouTube, which obviously I doubt the broadcasting and production studios want that, but it is a thing. Whereas like they have a whole where people are just posting like a whole conglomeration of short drama episodes into one YouTube video, so you can bang out one YouTube video in 2 hours, which is great for me because I have a short attention span now because of all the fucking dramas and Instagram shorts, reels, Facebook reels, TikTok stuff. Because of all that, my attention span fucking sucks. So, all these short dramas have been perfect for me. It also doesn't really help that I've kind of burnt myself out at the moment, especially with regards to Korean dramas. It's probably like my biggest fear at the moment. It's like I've like hit the wall. Clank. I've hit the wall. For Korean dramas. I've hit it. Like nothing really interests me, but I also kind of want to keep watching. So I keep watching dramas, but then I never like finish them. I don't know why. I'm like hitting that again. Like I've said, I'm hitting this fucking wall. It's like being an anime, Anime. I'm burnt the heck out of it. Like I cannot watch it now. It's impossible for me to watch, even though the episodes themselves are shorter in length than dramas in general, and even though they're like shorter in length, and they're probably they're even less. There are less episodes now in anime than there were back in like, I don't know, 2010, 2013, 2014, 15, give or take. But besides that, it was like now all of a sudden, with even though there's shorter episodes now and less episodes now, I still can't watch it because I've hit that wall and like nothing interests me. And then I go to Korean dramas, and I raved about Korean dramas for about a year, as you guys know. But then all of a sudden I'm hitting this wall. And then it's like, maybe Korea should try doing like short Korean dramas. Like the way the Chinese are doing it with the Chinese, like the short Chinese dramas. I'm sure they are already doing it, but I haven't come across any of them. And I think that comes down to like marketing and stuff, or like outreach. Like when I'm scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Facebook. Yes, I do use Facebook from time to time. And I see because all my feeds are just dramas, right? Korean, Chinese, whatever, what have you. And I'm scrolling, and I see more Chinese clips than I do Korean clips. And what ends up happening is that I end up searching those Chinese dramas online, and then I end up adding them to my watch list, and I start watching them. Whereas Korean dramas, the only ones you'll ever see are the ones that everyone likes, right? So right now, Buried Heart, everyone's watching Buried Heart. Everyone's watching When Life Gives You Tangerines. Everyone's watching My Dear Nemesis. Everyone's watching Undercover High School. Everyone's watching Potato Lab. It's like the only dramas you see for Korea, especially on the other side of the pond, so in Canada, or in my case, all I see are the mainstream ones. You never see any of like those obscure ones. Whereas China, I see more obscure Chinese dramas than I do the mainstream ones. Like right now, the only mainstream ones that I do know of, obviously, is Ski into Love, which is just started, and then you got First Frost, right? But apart from that, you don't really see the mainstream Chinese dramas being promoted as often as you do the obscure ones, which is why I see so many short Chinese dramas on my feed. It's like it's unreal. I don't know what it is with the marketing or like the promotion strategy there in China, but like they figured it out. Whereas I feel like Korea is like just capitalizing on the mainstream ones. Like for example, today, as of me recording today is March 21st. I don't know when it's gonna go out, but it's March 21st at the moment of me speaking of this, right? I just added, let's say here, today I just added 3 Chinese dramas to my list that I've never ever heard of in my life. Obviously, I've talked about Miss Byre already, but then there's Lady of Law, High Venus, Later I Laughed. Like, whereas the Korean ones, obviously, apart from the ones that are going on, the only ones that I've added preemptively are the ones that I think I'm going to watch, like Playbook and the Divorce Insurance, in largely because of the characters. Whereas Resident's Playbook is because of I love Hospital Playlist, as you guys know, and Hospital Playlist is like my favorite Korean drama. I could watch that series back and forth forever and ever. And as Resident Playbook is a spin-off of Hospital Playlist, I have to watch it. I feel obligated to watch it. However, apart from that, like what else am I gonna watch? Obviously, there's Buried Heart. Everyone's watching Buried Heart, and I'm probably going to watch Hyper Knife in large part because I love Park Eun-bin. She is fantastic. I've watched a lot of her Korean dramas, like all of her works. I've watched a lot of them. Like, obviously, a lot is an understatement because she's been around for forever, right? In the industry forever. But I've seen Age of Youth, both 1 and 2, right? Hot Stove League, everyone's seen that. Obviously, The Extraordinary Attorney Woo, Woo Young Woo. Castaway Diva, one of my favorites for sure, right? And then eventually, whenever they decide to do the second season of Extraordinary Attorney Woo. But I love her acting. But apart from that, what else is there to watch? What is there to watch? I think what Korea needs to do, which is weird because I do love Korea. I do want to visit Korea. I mean, who doesn't want to visit Asia at this point? Asia is fucking cool. Everyone wants to visit there. Anyways, what I think Korea should do is instead of promoting these mainstream shows, because let's be honest here, the reason it's mainstream is because of the actors participating in the drama. The actors will do all the promoting themselves, okay? They have their own fandoms. Let's promote those obscure, lesser-known Korean dramas. Like, I would love to watch one of those obscure Korean dramas. Obviously, obscure Korean dramas, I have the beholder, because apparently every Korean drama you say is obscure, is random, or lesser known is completely false. If there is someone who fucking dies by that show, if there's a fandom with that show, like small fandoms, they'll believe till the end of the earth that that show is not obscure and that it's, it is mainstream, one of the mainstream ones. But you know what? I've never heard of it, so to me it's obscure. Can you name me a Korean drama that is lesser known than all the mainstream ones? I doubt you can, because they focus so hard on promoting those mainstream ones for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they do, and I don't like it. Which is why I think Korean dramas should take a note from Chinese short dramas, or like short or freaking Chinese dramas in general, and like promote all these like lesser known Korean dramas to attract more people, because in my opinion Korean dramas are kind of at their peak or getting close to their peak, whereas Chinese dramas are slowly building their way up and are almost about to reach their peak, because I see more Chinese, small clips from their dramas on my feed than I do Korean ones. And I've finished more Korean dramas than I have with Chinese dramas, but still, because of how the algorithm works and stuff like that, more people are seeing more Chinese feeds, more Chinese drama feeds on their social media. So, I think that whatever the Chinese are doing, they should continue doing it because it's working extremely well. And whatever the Korean people are doing with regards to promoting their stuff, they should take a book out of the Chinese, because they're doing something that they're not. And for whatever reason, I see more Chinese than I do Korean. And that's it for my ramble. I don't know why. I don't know what this this podcast is going to be about. I'll be honest with you. Like, I go around talking about Chinese dramas, and then all of a sudden I'm talking about Chinese short dramas, and now I'm talking about how Korean dramas don't promote as well as Chinese dramas, and I see more Chinese dramas than I do Korean dramas on my feed. It's kind of weird. But that's where I've been. As much as I love blogging, I do spend more time watching, like, as all of us do. Blogging is hard. It is. Finding what to write about is hard. Do I want to, review all the dramas I've watched over the few days and stuff? Sure, why not? But the problem is with that is that now I'm turning a hobby into a job, and I don't quite like that. Which is why I don't like posting as much now, because it's like I think about it and I'm like, man, I have to write something now, do I? Which is why I've kind of reverted back to that's why I took a step back and decided to do a one blog per month sort of deal. So it's probably gonna be about 12 blogs, give or take, plus or minus, right? Obviously, depending on how I feel throughout the year. But yeah, I'm still here. I'm still thinking about what to write. I'm still watching, I'm still podcasting, as you guys can see, periodically, obviously. But it's all about, finding what I kind of want to do at this moment. Because I do want to continue. I do enjoy this, even though no one listens to this. Just me. But still, you know what? If it makes me happy, then whatever. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to this audio recording, basically, of me just talking about random stuff for about 20 odd minutes. And I'll catch you in the next one, hopefully. Thank you so much for listening.